Haiden Deegan didn't sugarcoat it. The missed gate selection that stuck him with the far outside slot in every main was on him, and he said so. That cell phone matters. In a paddock where excuses are cheap, Deegan took the expensive route, accountability, then turned an avoidable error into a useful data point. Forced to launch from the marbles each time, he had to carve through traffic in all 3 races and still fought his way to 3rd overall on his 450 debut. The result says 2 things at once. The raw pace is real, and the decision-making under pressure is maturing. His post-race tone matched the ride. Haven't loved racing my dirt bike that much in a long time. Goal was to get on the podium and learn from everything, and we did that. Thank you, Argentina, he wrote, framing the night exactly as it should be framed for a 19-year-old sampling the premier class. Process first, hardware second. And when asked about the blunder that set his night on hard mode, he didn't point fingers. I had no clue I was supposed to go pick my gate. No one told me, and I just didn't know because it wasn't on the schedule. I guess that's the rookie move I made. You're supposed to be there, so you can't really do anything about that. That's not PR polish. It's a rider acknowledging the details that separate good from great at this level. Strip the emotion, and the outcome is quietly impressive. Starting outside costs meters before the first timing loop and forces defensive lines into turn 1, which then compounds into compromised rhythms on lap 1. To podium through that 3 times requires discipline in the whoops, patience in traffic, and a throttle hand that's aggressive without tipping into desperation. Deegan managed that balance more often than not, assertive block passes where they were safe, restraint where they weren't, and a willingness to take the longer, cleaner option when the shorter, riskier one might have ended the night. What does it mean for Anaheim? Deegan isn't declaring anything yet, and that's the smart play. I'm still young. There's championships that could be won on a 250 still, he said before reminding everyone this was only my 7th day riding Supercross on a 450. That line is doing a lot of work. 7 days isn't a base. It's a familiarization. The 450 rewards precision. Braking points creep earlier, throttle timing widens, the bike wants to stand up in ruts, and the window between traction and spin is smaller but more controllable if you've trained your hands and legs to speak that language. You don't accelerate that adaptation with hype, you accelerate it with reps. So the decision tree remains open by design. Option 1. Continue the 450 experiment if testing confirms the pace can translate to whole shot adjacent starts and 20-minute main event intensity. Option 2. Pivot back to a 250 East campaign, chase the 1 remaining small bore title, and re-enter the 450 full-time with a thicker notebook. Neither route contradicts the larger goal. Both are consistent with what he's shown, ambition tempered by calculation. The night in Argentina reinforced that duality. The riding had edge, but the Rassicraft had guardrails. Skeptically, you can argue the podium disguises soft spots. Starts from a premium gate are still an unknown. The 450 rhythm at full SX main length remains untested. And a procedural mistake like a missed gate pick is the sort of thing that cannot recur in AMA Supercross without costing points you never get back. All fair. But the counterpoint is equally clear. When his margin for error was effectively removed by his own error, he kept his head and maximized the hand he dealt himself. The takeaway is not that Deegan is already there on a 450. It's that his floor is higher than expected, his ceiling remains undefined, and his judgment, both in interviews and in traffic, is trending in the right direction. He wanted a podium and lessons. He left with both. The only sensible next step is exactly what he said. Spend more time on the big bike, keep improving, and let the Anaheim decision make itself.